John Lusk here, Lusk Archery Adventures. Series testing, successful hunting. I've got another Broadhead battle lined up for today, and I'm excited about this Broadhead battle. I especially love the Broadhead battles where the heads are of similar dimensions, and that's the case here. Two all-steel 3-blade heads with a 1 1/8 inch cutting diameter. This is the 100 grain model of each. I've got the MUZZY one right here, and I've got the SHUTTLE right here. So I'm going to be putting them through all the tests that I do, and we're going to see which one comes out on top. As always, I'm using my Bowtech SR6 set at 72 pounds, 27-inch draw. I'm using Bishop FOC King arrows and fobs. Here you can see the MUZZY 1 and the SHUTTLE close up. Now both of these heads have a 1 1/8 inch cutting diameter, so they're identical in that regard. They're both solid stainless steel. They're identical in that regard. They both have very thick blades. The MUZZY 1 has 0.046 inch thick blades. The SHUTTLE has 0.080 inch thick blades. Those are extremely thick blades. The ferrule of the SHUTTLE is machined from a solid piece of stainless steel. The entire head of the MUZZY 1 is machined from a solid piece of stainless steel. So they have a lot in common. However, the blades on the SHUTTLE are replaceable, whereas on the MUZZY 1, they are not. Now, an advantage of the MUZZY 1 in sharpening, you can just lie it flat like that, lay it flat on a stone, and you can just sharpen it like that. You can sharpen on any stone really easily, as long as you do the same number of strokes on every side. That is a huge advantage. I love it when 3-blade heads do that. With the SHUTTLE, of course, you can't do that, okay? And you have the added challenge of, to sharpen it, you have this curve, but you can use like a pull-through sharpener, or you can use a round type file, and you can sharpen it that way, or you can just replace the blades, which is nice. The SHUTTLE also has the advantage of a really stout, strong tip, whereas the MUZZY 1 has the advantage of a cut-on-contact tip. So I'm going to test these both for flight, and I'm going to test them for penetration, for edge retention, and durability, and see which one comes out as this Broadhead battle winner. MUZZY 1 out-of-the-box sharpness. 1 stroke of the arrow. Two strokes of the arrow. Okay, so the MUZZY 1 cut paper after 1 stroke of the arrow. SHUTTLE out of the box sharpness. 1 stroke of the arrow. Two strokes of the arrow. Okay, the SHUTTLE cut paper after 1 stroke of the arrow. MUZZY 1 penetrated 7 3/4 inches. SHUTTLE penetrated 8 1/2 inches. Here's the SHUTTLE and the MUZZY 1 after going through the 22 gauge steel plate 5 times. And as you can see, the SHUTTLE did fairly well. The blades did not significantly bend or break, and it still spins true. However, the blades would definitely have to be replaced. Actually, they would have had to be replaced after the 3rd shot, but they still, they held up well enough to keep shooting, and they made it through all 5. The tip did very well. It got a little bit of a nick in the very tip. You can see that bent back. Now the O-ring inside they have this ring that holds the blades in place. That broke. You can see that right there, that broke. But that didn't affect the broadhead function. Now, by comparison, the MUZZY 1 looks almost brand new. It did very well. I mean, there's just some minor superficial scratches on the edge itself, but even that is difficult to see. The very tip got slightly curled, but man, that's very small. You could get that out with 1 or 2 strokes. Very impressed with the durability of this MUZZY 1. Now, in terms of the holes, this is really interesting. This is what I've talked about a number of times, that if you look at the hole of the Shuttle T right here, you see it like a round hole with 3 slits. You compare that to the MUZZY 1 right here, and you've got 3 huge triangles. Now, these have the same cutting diameter, but which one do you think is going to produce a better blood trail? Which one do you think is going to be easier for tissue to close up? Man, there's no comparison. When you get a nice triangular hole like that, that's way preferred over a round hole and 3 slits. So more durable and bigger hole, even though the cutting diameter is the same. The MUZZY 1 did really well in this test. So what'd you think of this broadhead battle? Which one do you think comes out as the winner? Man, this was a difficult one to judge. It was like a really good fight in MMA or something. It goes to the very end and goes to the judges' scorecards because each of them did very well. In flight, they both flew very well. As you could see, I give a slight edge of forgiveness to the Shuttle T. In penetration, the edge went to the Shuttle T. In edge retention, the edge went to the Shuttle T. In durability, the edge went to the MUZZY 1. In ease of sharpening, to just lay it flat on a stone, the edge goes to the MUZZY 1, but replaceable blades, if you want that, the edge goes to the Shuttle T. And then in terms of the overall hole that it made, though both have the same dimensions, the hole, as you could see in the steel, was bigger for the MUZZY 1 than it was for the Shuttle T. There's an intangible thing to mention here, that since Trophy Taker has been bought out, I have quite a bit of experience with them. There's a bit of inconsistency when it comes to the sharpness of the blades. I've had some packs that come very sharp, as this one did, and I've had others where one blade or one head in the pack will come really dull. And so that's one of those intangible things, and they're very difficult to sharpen if you get one that's dull, okay? You usually have to just replace it. So in many ways, I consider this a draw, okay? They both had great advantages. But if I had to pick one to go on my arrow, if I was just going with one and I go, okay, I got to pick one to take into the field, then it's going to be the MUZZY 1, just because I really love that hole. I love the construction. I love how well it's made. I love the consistency. And personally, I like to sharpen my own broadheads. That doesn't intimidate me or bother me. And I think I could get this one really, really sharp. But I'd feel confident having either one of these on the end of my arrow. Hope you enjoyed the test, and I'd be interested to hear what your winner is. So make a comment below and let me know what you think.